Hello everybody, today we're going to be reviewing Order Overseer. This is essentially an institutional pocket trader, and what I mean by that is that people who trade for institutions or professionally, they're not trading on an exchange like retail is. They're not manually entering each position. They're not choosing their size on a whim. It's all very calculated, and this bot is here to help you do exactly that so you can be on the same playing field as they are. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at how the bot works today, how to set it up, and how it can help you improve your bottom line week over week, month over month, and especially over the course of many years. This is the command center right here that you can see. We're going to go ahead into settings here, and I'm going to pull up the trade setup that you're going to be prompted with on your initial setup when you first start using the bot. So would you like to enable an auto take profit 1? I really love this feature. Basically, you can set what R you want your take profit to be. While you're going through your trades, by the way, you can manually set a take profit 1 if you want, but I love this auto TP1 because I always set my TP1 at 1.1 R. So now it will do that for every single trade. TP1 close percentage, I always close 50% of my trade position size. Let's just do 5% today. Leverage 50%. Set daily trade limits. So this will keep you from over trading. You can select how many trades a day you want to limit yourself to, and the bot will not allow you to exceed that. For this example today, of course, because we're going to be doing some testing here, we're going to just keep it on infinite. You can also restrict your trading days. So you can actually mark off the days that you want to keep yourself or restrict yourself from trading on, and the bot will not allow you to take trades on those days. So this is another really great risk management tool here. So now we're back into Command Center. From here, we're going to go ahead and look at each example from market, limit, ladder, and twap trades, as well as some other cool features that this bot has. All right, we're going to start things off with market orders, P&L shots, and how you can actually send trade status updates into your Discord server to automatically update your friends on the status of your current or open trades. Each emoji here has its own command. We can see that the chart emoji is for market orders, so we'll go ahead and click that. You can trade any asset on Blowfin, but we're going to go ahead and use BTC USDT for our example today. We're going to enter a short position. And then we're going to set our stop loss at 108K. I'm going to use the auto TP1 as we previously discussed. However, if you see a level on the charts that you like, you can manually set it as well or skip it entirely. So price just goes straight to primary target with no take profit 1. And then we'll go ahead and set primary target to 105,600. So we have this nice trade confirmation here, confirm market order, BTC USDT, short, 5% of available balance, 50 times leverage. Everything looks great, so we'll go ahead and enter that position, and then you will get this trade status message here. So like I said, you can actually send these messages into your Discord server. You can do so by simply going into settings here, clicking this gear emoji, and then hitting the megaphone emoji here for channel setup. You can disable this setting at any time if you want to make your trades private again. It does not have to be a permanent setting. So if you go ahead and click enable to receive trade status updates in a channel, simply click this link to add the bot to your server, and then respond to this message with the channel ID that you want these trade status messages sent into. This message here will automatically be sent into that channel and automatically update as your trade progresses. I also mentioned P&L shots. If take profit 1 is hit or primary target is hit, it'll auto generate a P&L shot and send it right into your DMs. If you want to manually generate a P&L shot, you simply hit status. That's going to be this magnifying glass emoji here. You can see trade B1. This is our current and open trade. We can see the camera emoji here to generate a P&L shot. Go ahead and click that. And then we'll see here that a very nice P&L shot was generated for us. It gives us the percentage gained or down on the trade. It shows the entry price, current price, short 50x here, BTC USDT, and your username. If take profit 1 or primary target are hit, it will actually say that on this P&L shot as well. So I had the available account balance set at 100 USDT. We could see that it did enter at 5% available balance. So this is so huge. At a market order with your stop loss at 108, the bot auto calculated the position size to make it so if 108 was hit, you would only lose 5% of available balance. This is how you control your losses. People who trade for institutions or institutional traders, professional traders, they're not manually making this calculation for every single trade. They're not doing that. They have an automated system that does it for them, and now you do too. And this is exactly how you level the playing field and control your losses and improve your bottom line week over week as you trade. The other great part, right? We had in our setting to close 50% of the trade at TP1. We can see that here. And then the remaining 50% at primary target. All of these calculations were made automatically by the bot. So I want to close this trade. You're going to do so by going back into status. Because this is a filled trade, we're going to use the exit command. So we go ahead and click that here. And it's going to say exit trade B1. We can see that all the trades are numbered here. And we're going to go ahead and accept that. We can see that the trade has now been closed on Blowfin, and the message says that the trade has been exited at this price. For, of course, 0R, it was closed at break even. If it was up, it'll go ahead and show that here, or down, it'll also show that here as well. For the sake of time, we're actually going to skip limit orders, but they do exactly what you think they would. Now, there's one cool feature about them, however, that I'm going to touch on, but I'm going to do so by jumping into ladder trades. So if we go ahead and click, again, the ladder emoji here, there's two options. You can select a limit ladder trade or a market ladder trade. The market ladder will enter, let's just say on Blowfin here, it would enter immediately at this price with 1, 2, 3 additional orders placed above it in the case of a short. So this would be like if you wanted to enter and just gain some exposure, but you think price could come up a little bit before getting that move down. This allows you to get better R over time in the event that it does do that, but also still having some exposure to the trade. In this case, we're going to use limit, and we're going to do 107,500 as we discussed. Let's put our stop at 108. What it did is it split it up into 4 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can see all revolving around 107,500. If all 4 of these were filled, your average entry will equal 107,500. We're going to do auto TP1 again, and then 105,600 as I had mentioned for our primary target. We can see here we have our trade confirmation. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and accept that. So now, again, we have our trade status update for our ladder position. Shows you your R, beautiful feature that I love, and it's monitoring for average entry at this price. Now, what did we notice when we set that is that it did not appear on Blowfin. Now, this is a really nice feature, especially for whales. What it does is it allows you to place resting orders without being on the books. So it gives whales or any trader stealth on the books where your orders cannot be seen by other traders, but they're still resting orders, right? So if price were to get that move up into this zone here, it will go ahead and fill one or more of those positions to then enter the trade. The other cool part about this, if price were to come down to 106 or 105,600, which is our primary target, if it were to come down to this level before getting filled, it'll automatically reset this trade state. It'll add a bullet point here, and it will say primary target hit before entry, trade state reset, meaning it is no longer monitoring to enter this trade because your target was already hit, probably then invalidating that trade setup. Now again, if we want to close this, we would go ahead into status, and because it's an unfilled order, we would use the reset function. We'd go ahead and click that and confirm, and we can see here that now the trade state has been reset for this ladder trade. Lastly, we're going to take a look at TWAP orders. TWAPing just stands for time weighted average price. For swing traders, you could even look at this as DCAing, so dollar cost averaging into your position. So we'll go ahead and click that alarm clock emoji for TWAP. Now in this one, you can actually manually set your position size because I think a lot of people might end up using this for swing positions, long-term positions, things like that. Now again, you can start entering immediately or you can put a threshold. Now we're going to use, in this example right off the bat, we're going to use threshold, set your threshold price. So what does this mean? Let's just say 107. And we're going to say how long do we want it to run. You can have this run for 30 minutes, 2 hours, 7 days, or even up to 4 weeks if you want. Let's just go ahead and say we want it to run for 30 minutes. So it tells you your primary target, your R for your primary target based on an entry at 107. This will actually update as it begins to buy for you. So you'll be able to see what, given your average entry at any given time, what your primary target R is going to be. But let's walk through what this means and how it works. So we said our threshold price was 107. What that means is if price comes down below 107, the twap order command is going to start buying for you in small increments over the course of 30 minutes as per our setting that will eventually equal 5% of your available balance. So it'll slowly buy in here, it'll slowly buy in here, it'll slowly buy in here, and then say you get that move up, your trade is then in profit and it'll run and monitor just as we had discussed. Well, let's go ahead and reset this and actually just enter an immediate twap just so we can see it in action. Go ahead and click this BTC USDT, and we're going to do immediate to start placing orders now. And let's just say we'll do this for 10 minutes so we can start to see some of these orders pop off here. So we can see here, this is so cool, right? So filled 1 of 5 positions at this particular price. And as it continues to fill, it is going to update the R based on your average entry as it continues to fill. We can see that our 105 stop loss and our TP1 and our primary target are all set here. And it will continue to fill over time and update this trade status for yourself, or if you are sharing this trade with friends in another server. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run a little bit here, and we can see some of these start to get filled. All right, we can see that all 5 of the positions were filled. If you thought that a bear market bottom was starting to form and you wanted to buy over the course of 4 weeks with like $1,000 or $10,000, this bot would split that position up, if you did it for 4 weeks, into many, many, many more positions than 5, of course. And it would slowly accumulate over time with your risk parameter to enter that position for you. So this is such a powerful tool if you want to trade a little bit more in terms on slowly accumulating based on time and sort of a zone for price. And again, you could use the threshold option versus starting it immediately as well. So again, because this is a filled position, if we want to go ahead and close it out, we just simply go to our status again and use exit, being a filled position here. And we'll exit trade B4 as it's numbered. And again, the trade status updated saying that it has been exited at this price at 0.04R. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough on how to use Order Overseer. I cannot emphasize enough. Risk management is paramount to being a successful trader over time, especially for years and years and years. It is so important to be consistent with your position sizing. This bot allows you to be consistent. You don't have to depend on yourself to be consistent and do these manual calculations every single time you hit the exchange. I'm telling you, institutional or professional traders are not sitting on an exchange like retail traders are. They have tools like Order Overseer in their back pocket to make them consistent. So I hope you find this useful, and I hope it allows you to take a step further in your trading using this tool to your advantage.